we get a sense there that that the disease can survive in sort of damp housing, which I thought raised an interesting issue, which you get in a lot with infectious diseases. Often people who are poorest, who live in the worst housing, who are most affected. There's a sense in which you see sort of health inequalities and social inequalities show through in the structure of who gets infected and by what.
So inequality and poverty. But let's think about rationing as well. Maybe there's no food here. Obviously, presumably there's difficulty with infrastructure for getting food to people. How do we find that in let's use the word quarantine. A quarantine zone is getting people what they need and the help they require. So how would that go about, do you think?
I think it'd be very difficult because, a lot of that is going to be informed by surveillance. And depending on what societal infrastructure is available to you, there may be some degree or no degree of surveillance. So it's not very clear as to how you would be able to detect kind of, if there was a pocket of people with a particular illness or whether it was spreading very quickly. And obviously there's lots of things to consider, like how virulent the disease is and how quickly it spreads. Does it spread from person to person? Is it direct contact? Do you have to, does someone need to sneeze on you, or is it in the air? Can it be, suspended in the air? So I think, there's lots of things to consider in terms of finding out more about the disease and finding out more about its spread and its transmission before you're able to really adequately kind of allocate a response plan to that, if there's even any infrastructure to be able to do that, really.